Needed something demolished?
Welcome to game 2 of this series, Luvnest vs. Korean Army. Korean Army pulling off some pretty impressive infantry play in the early game, but once Luvnest got out his second machine gun, started setting up more of a defensive line, got some good manpower bleed going with his sniper, and most importantly, hunted and killed Korean Army's T-70 with his initial Panzer IV. He slowly took control of the entire map, and there was nothing Korean Army seemed to be able to do about it, even after fielding an ISU-152. So, as we make our way into game 2, let's see how they change up their strats. We've got Luvnest going with guard motor, shock rifle, and guard rifle combined arms, and Korean Army playing with mechanized assault support and close air support. So, pretty standard. No big surprises here from anybody. Luvnest has not changed his Soviet loadout in the least for several series now, even though he seems to juggle his Oster loadout quite frequently. So, 3 conscript opening from him, and Korean Army is going with 2 grenadier openings, skipping past a couple of strategic points initially while he makes his way straight for the fuel. In the north, Luvnest throwing some barbed wire down here on his own fuel point, trying to deny certain avenues of approach.
We have more conscripts at our disposal. We built it as ordered. We have it.
Second combat engineer in production.
Complete.
And it looks like Luvnest might be going tier 1 again. He seems to like doing that on big maps, the Soviets, for that M3. He usually doesn't field a second combat engineer unless he's going to use it to tech tier 1 and get an M3 out. That's probably what's happening. And Korean Army has gotten out a machine gun here after his second grenadier. This grenadier squad reserving control of this building for now. These grenadiers working on the right side munitions. And these piles will backpedal to the strategic point after taking control of this fuel unopposed. And actually, Korean Army had much better early game fuel control as Soviets. Korean Army, as Axis this game, off to a slightly better start, I would say. Luvnest will, however, move to take control of the fuel point now and shut down that income before it gets too high, but Korean KA will probably be able to get to battle phase 1 pretty quickly as a result of holding that fuel even for just a little while. The MG-42 is making its way over here to maybe put pressure on that squad of conscripts, although they have already built a green cover position for themselves. Piles will simply provide vision for now, while that machine gun slowly tries to suppress that squad at this range. They may never get suppressed, and that fuel point will definitely get captured. And over here on the right side, conscripts will fail to throw up a green cover position. Backpedal slightly, and there's tier 1. An M3 combo in production. Korean Army will have to try and counter that to the best of his ability. He's got 3 Grens on the field right now. Pretty decent potential for him to Faust that thing to death. All 3 of the Grens are relatively close to each other as well, and he's got no munitions in reserve, actually. Where all his munitions go? To an early flamethrower. Okay, so that M3 might catch him a little off guard. We'll see. This flamethrower is already done. The flamethrower is successful in pushing the conscripts off the fuel point. Korean Army will get that back. Conscripts retreat right there, and a flamethrower is moving up to engage against these grenadiers, which are not that out of position. There is a Panzerfaust available right here, but only 1 Panzerfaust. He doesn't have munitions for 2. Luvnest will disengage, not wanting to eat a Panzerfaust if he doesn't have to. He'd rather keep this thing on the field and try and maximize his chances of stealing that machine gun, I expect. Or just maximize his counter-harassment potential up here in the north, try and force this retreat if he can. Nope. Moving for the flank on the machine gun, but it's well protected. Grenadiers right on top of it. The M3 will actually take a burst from the MG, bringing it to, I think, maybe the amount of health it would need to die from 1 Panzerfaust. Flamethrower will choose to engage rather than retreat. There's the retreat. M3 is down to about half, continues backpedaling away from Grenadiers. Conscripts have secured this building, and an MG-42 will rotate in this green cover to engage against them. That wall looks like it has 3 effective windows. No, that guy's not shooting. So only 2 effective windows. Conscripts hoorahing into short range on this. No Molotov research from Luvnest though, so they're just slowly trying to kill the machine gun, which they will succeed in doing on the flank quite quickly. There it goes. 2 squads of grenadiers working on the conscripts will force them to retreat pretty soon though, and I don't know, Luvnest might try to steal this, but it'll be expensive. You know, he's not going to make the attempt. Grenadiers just going to continue sticking in green cover. They should be fine. And I think Korean Army should win this engagement and preserve control of his machine gun. The M3, however, has been fully repaired. I don't know, actually. There's 2 flamethrowers moving into this engagement. I don't think Korean Army can take this. He will probably be forced to make a full retreat and potentially lose that gun. Rifle grenade to try to turn the engagement does okay damage. Nothing too serious. Flamethrower of his own arriving to support, and there's a retreat of 2 squads by Luvnest. Flamethrower in the M3, though. One Faust! One Faust does connect. Will they get off 2? Barely! Wow! And Korean Army looks like he will save this engagement by a hair. Flamethrower got here just in time, and he will be able to preserve control of his own machine gun by just the slimmest of margins. Fortunately, during this, he has had munitions and fuel coming in, and 1 victory point under his control. Nicely played engagement by Korean Army right there. Wasn't sure how it was gonna go, but he just took it by barely, just barely, thanks to a rifle grenade and good timing. The engagement was happening a little closer also to his base, a lot closer to his base than Luvnest's base, but the M3 gave Luvnest that little extra bit of mobility to get those 2 flamethrowers into that engagement and made it very close. Conscripts engaging against flamethrower piles over here on the munitions point. No mortars connecting yet. That's Korean Army has fielded a mortar of his own.
The bunker has been converted to an emergency medical station.
There's healing There's feeling in Korean Army's base. It's a group hug.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
Conscripts are building sandbag fighting position right there for a little bit of green cover. Although a mortar will probably push them out eventually. Grenadiers engaging against this flamethrower, bringing it pretty low, down to only 2 men now.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector. Grenadiers taking losses! We are losing a sector.
Nice flank from Luvnest on the machine gun. It will not start firing in time. Korean Army will pull it out of the house. Mortar working on these conscripts and guards. Look at these huge hits. That was a rifle grenade. Rifle grenade on those guards forces that retreat, and mortar hit on those conscripts means they're not going to last long. Mortar might choose to start shooting at this house. That squad has to retreat. Machine gun has backpedaled slightly. And mortar working on the house at point blank range. Demo charge. Oh no! I don't know if he hears that happening. I think he might have heard that clicking noise of the demo being planted.
You guys, listen to me if you want to live.
Don't think he had vision though. 2 squads of Grens force a retreat from that conscript squad. Mortar and flamethrower forcing conscripts from their green cover position. There they go. Should be able to get back control of the right side munitions and left side fuel, but he does need at least 1 victory point. I think he might have lost faction selection as well. I don't remember what the VP count was from game 1. 386? Pretty sure he's lost faction selection. I don't remember. You'll have to check me on that. Demo charge gets blown up by the mortar. Nicely done. Taking out that demo charge, so we definitely did see that going down. Grenade toss by guards over here. Looks like they'll win the engagement with their DP and PCRSs. Although they do lose 2 models. That's a late retreat though. They They should be able to get away fine. And there they go. MG42 taking control of the center VP, and left side VP will fall. These grenadiers.
We claimed it for the fatherland. We are under fire! Soviets!
This sector is secure.
Flamethrower fight right here. KA will retreat first. T-70 on the field for Luvnest.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Korean Army has not chosen a commander yet and has not teched to battle phase 2, so I'm not sure what he's planning. He has gone with 5 grenadiers in addition to his flamethrower and 2 team weapons. Probably needs to start thinking about an AT gun very soon because that T-70 is on its way. And it should be very powerful on this map, and I'm curious to see if Luvnest will have better luck with this thing than KA did, and I'm also curious if KA will choose to try and counter with the Panzer IV, or if he will simply go close air support into hard AT guns and teller mines. Although I think if he were going to go close air support, he would have by now. So, I don't know. Maybe he's reserving that as a crutch if he feels he absolutely must use it. Doesn't want to, you know, remove the possibility of the Stug E either. That's definitely going to be quite good, and it's available to him at 6 CPs, which is quite soon. And should serve as a pretty mobile deterrent to that T-70 as well, so something to consider. He'll hit 6 CPs now, still no commander selection. Grenadiers move up for the Panzer Faust to damage that thing's engine, force it off the battlefield briefly. Doesn't wipe anything just yet, but a triple cap will start against Korean Army once again.
Taking our territory.
Grenadiers force a retreat from those conscripts right there. Fortunately, no shots over the red cover. Grenade toss on that flamethrower squad. Why would he not fully repair that? He was so close. Oh, he's self-repaired. Maybe Luvnest also doesn't know that self-repair doesn't fully repair that Panzer Faust. I feel like that's a thing that people should probably know at this level of play. Seems like the kind of thing that should be in your knowledge base. Apparently not. 60 munitions for that too. Man, kind of bad actually. Decent risk of a wipe on this grenadier squad, taking damage and a flame burst on this retreat. No crit. Not enough lucky hits, and there's the AT gun from Korean Park. The squad will get away. Successful shot from the AT gun right there. Push the Luvnest back off the field for further repairs, and these infantry and team weapons have successfully taken back the center VP. Heavy mortar from Luvnest on the field now, so that is guard motor coordination chosen by him, clearly. Also has guards on the field. Mortar fire on this squad of conscripts in green cover will force them away after taking control of both fuel points by Luvnest.
We have orders, comrade.
And Korean Army looks like he's about to lose victory point control again after briefly holding it and knocking Luvnest down to about 477 before losing control of the center and right side simultaneously. Flamethrower and Grenadiers heading left to get that territory under control now. Mines on the field. And still no commander selection. No mechanized assault. No close air support. No tier 2 or battle phase 2. I don't know what his plan is for this 230 fuel, but he should spend it on something. At this point, it looks like he's going straight to Tiger, not even going to get a Stug E.
Sector.
There goes that squad.
We get better every day.
Grenadiers jump in this building to try and put pressure on the heavy mortar, which gets a huge hit on that Grenadier squad. 2 more LMG Grens available for this, though, against those conscripts. Should easily gun them down in that red cover. Oh, they took a lot of damage crossing that road, and there's the retreat. These Grenadiers are trying to find an opportunity to Faust for that T-70 if they can get into close range. Meanwhile, over here, flamethrower conscripts taking the munitions but are under mortar fire. This squad of Grenadiers leaves the building after forcing that heavy mortar to retreat, I think.
Supply lines have been cut.
Decap this before jumping back inside the house, trying to provide additional vision for the Oster mortar and try and avoid getting wiped by that Soviet mortar. T-70 disengages completely from the left. LMG Grens grab the fuel back and the victory points are both. The Korean Army's control. The clock continues to tick against Luvnest. 250 victory points for Korean Army right now. AT gun moving up to try and force that T-70 to retreat. Misses its shot thanks to terrain. Elevation differences. There's a hill between the two units.
LMG team ready.
The enemy has taken our supply sector.
MG42 is available to fire on those Grenadiers. We'll have to reposition out of that grenade. I don't think he took any damage from that grenade. Nice dodge. Heavy mortar also slightly off target.
Enemy forces are
ETRS is
securing our territory.
dealing really heavy damage to the gun, though. And it's going to be forced to retreat and hopefully also repair.
Enemy is taking our
Doesn't want that squad to get wiped by ETRS who's shooting at the weapon itself.
Pioneers reporting objective captured.
Flamethrower piles over here on the right side will be forced maybe to retreat against these conscripts unless they get a really lucky flame burst. So far the engagement doesn't look like it's going very well for them. No crits, that's probably going to be forced back. There's the retreat. Oh, that heavy mortar! Oh, that heavy mortar was brutal. That squad had like 90% health. Plumped in yellow cover, that's what happens.
Assault guns, Commander.
We have liberated this sector. They're trying to hit us from the rear! Under infantry attack! Enemy fire!
Anti-tank mine set to go.
Man down!
Conscripts brought low. Mortar fire destroys their cover. Heavy mortar fire just annihilated those Grens, though. Jeez. Rifle grenade forces a retreat from those flamethrowers. Mortar fire on these combat engineers will force them to retreat as well, so both flamethrowers off the field should maybe alleviate some of the pressure here on Korean Army, who has chosen mechanized assault and does have access to Tigers. He skips all of the other features and is just going to throw that Tiger straight on the field. Heavy mortar just wiped another Grenadier squad.
Double your efforts. We are down to
Jeez.
200 points.
T-70 flanking. Oh no! That's gonna die. 2 heavy mortars being on the field is bad.
The enemy has destroyed an anti-tank gun.
It's very bad. And it's killing everything. T-70 will go down. Tiger hits the field, makes a good entrance, kills the T-70, finally trades something. Huge hit on those guards. That could be a wipe too. That's a wipe. Heavy mortar just took a rifle grenade. This could be a wipe too. I think that is also going to be a wipe. Yep. 3 wipes as soon as the Tiger hits, well, a vehicle and 2 infantry squad wipes. Here's a extremely heroic attempt at recovering that mortar that I don't expect to succeed unless the Tiger disengages. Where's it going? Really? Okay, that was odd. Luvnest gets to recover his mortar thanks to the generosity of his opponent. Grenadiers take control of the victory point on the left side and immediately retreat. This squad grabs the victory point in the middle and will immediately retreat. And the Tiger is up to 12 kills, including a T-70, and will hang out in this area while Korean Army slowly tries to recover some of his lost team weapons. Flamethrower engagement over here on the right side. No lucky crits yet. Conscripts are clumped in yellow cover though. He can probably hit at least 5 of them. Each flame burst. Doing good damage, but he will be forced to retreat. Oh, that crit. He lost the squad. Late retreat, and it cost him.
Has been killed.
And there are the T-34-85s from Luvnest, which he should be able to utilize to counter the Tiger. A T-gun has been recrewed, and Korean Army does have Tier 2. We might want to consider a half-track for more forward reinforcement. This is a very slow process of reinforcing all of his team weapons and grenadiers to full and getting them back to the front line without forward reinforcement. Pretty important aspect of Oster, whether you use a command post or a half-track, whatever it is, seems very important for maintaining map control. Tiger will miss its first shot against that T-34, but he is aware of the T-34's presence now, which is a very powerful thing. Both heavy mortars recovered. His grenadiers probably don't want to stick around in that house for too long.
Grenadier squad at full strength. Our opponents are seizing a sector.
Combat Engineer taking control of this point over here on the right side. Conscripts building a green cover position here on the munitions. Rifle grenade from really long range brings the squad low, but no flame crits, and it looks like they are going to get away narrowly.
Standing by. We have casualties.
What just got wiped? What just got wiped? I don't know what it was. Something in danger of getting wiped right here. Will be forced to retreat. Grenadiers taking control of the munitions. Grenadiers grabbing this strategic point, and then these Grenadiers getting the victory point back under control to try and stop the clock. There's a Panzerfaust on that T-34. AT gun is moving to try and follow up. If the Tiger moves to support in that engagement as well, there may be a possibility of that T-34 getting destroyed. But I don't know. It's pretty close to the
enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
We have secured this sector.
Soviet base. Probably gonna be fine. Doesn't look like Korean Army wants to go in too hard. It just wants to try and maintain victory point control for the rest of the game. If he can do that, he's probably gonna take game 2 at 100. Whatever. It doesn't actually matter how much victory points he wins with at this point, because he has definitely lost faction selection for game 3.
Enemy forces are
So all that matters from this point forward is that he win by any means necessary. Tiger moving to engage against the conscripts in this green cover position. AT grenade on the Tiger right there. Heavy mortars falling on that. Grenadier squad should reposition that. Can't stick around forever. Tiger trying to take shots at those conscripts will destroy their cover position. And an AT gun is moving up to protect this general area. Luvnest T-34s have not made any overly aggressive maneuvers yet. It seems to be kind of waiting for the Korean Army to make a mistake, overextend that Tiger or something before he goes in super hard. The second Tiger is going to be here quite soon. The second set of T-34 is still quite far away since Luvnest went Tier 3 against his opponent's decision to go straight to Tigers. Conscripts, however, are going to turn the clock back against Korean Army here on the left. Tiger claims another victim. Did you see the way we totally owned that barbed wire, Commander? We're so proud of ourselves. Oh no, Tiger just hit a mine. Wonder if Luvnest will follow up on that. Looks like maybe he's thinking about it. This T-34 is circling towards that direction. So is this one. This could be a very serious engagement coming up. AT guns in general. Looks, yeah, okay. Luvnest's not gonna do it. Doesn't like it. His infantry got suppressed. There's a bunch of grenadiers over here. AT guns over here. Tiger's not that damaged. I'm not going to go in too hard, but he is going to be able to take control of the central victory point and the left side. Clock's still ticking against Korean Army. He's grabbing control of the right side of VP now, and his infantry army is just getting smaller and smaller to heavy mortar fire. AT gun gets a shot off on that T-34. This one probing a little bit. There's the second Tiger, though. Big hit from the Tiger and AT gun on these two targets brings that minesweeper or flamethrower squad quite low, and we'll have to retreat. Korean Army about to slide below 100 victory points. He's definitely going to have to make something happen with these Tigers. He'll be forced to engage with this one, even though it's got engine damage. Not really anything he can do other than try his absolute best to take victory points at whatever the cost. Over here on the right side, these grenadiers are not going to leave this green cover position until they absolutely have to. He does not want to lose this victory point. Damaged engine Tiger is going to hover in this general area while he waits for the 200 manpower he needs for further PIOs for repairs. And this Tiger is going to get aggressive. No general mines in this area in the center either, so Luvnest is not really punished. Korean Army's huge aggression with these Tigers, which appear to be going straight for Luvnest base. There will not be another set of call-ins anytime soon, but a field gun is in production. A lot of squads are healing and reinforcing in the base. The Korean Army is going to pull back to safety again. AT gun has taken control of the center VP and will pull back to a safe location away from heavy mortars, and these two squads should have no problem forcing conscripts off the fuel point. Eventually. There they go. Oh, they have a PTRS. That should help blow up sandbags a little, I guess. Still no PIOs. Both Tigers are just taking engine damage now. Stop hitting mines. Stop using Tigers to sweep from mines. They don't make very good minesweepers. Oh geez, this could be bad. T-34 does drive right into an AT gun though, that helps. Was that a teller mine? Oh, that's terrible. I can't believe a teller mine just exploded. If that was a teller mine, that was horrible luck for Korean Army right there. Here comes marked vehicle on the Tiger, which has to slowly try to reverse its way back towards the Oster base. This AT gun will protect against this flank. AT grenade. Changed his mind, I guess. Now it's slowly trying to lumber to safety. This Tiger over here is trying to move to support in this engagement too. But these Tigers with their damaged engines are so painfully slow. It's hard to watch. LMG Grenadiers in their green cover position look like they're finally going to be forced away. Flame crits contribute to that, and there they go. Decent chance of a wipe. They're wiped. Only 2 Grenadier squads now remain. Although a squad just got wiped right here by these LMG Grenadiers. Flamethrower got wiped, so that's some kind of trade, I guess. T-34 brings those Grenadiers extremely low. Both T-34s that are currently on the field will suffer, engine damage during this engagement though. And a Stuke just got fielded, interestingly enough. I feel like Korean Army might be trying to seal the game with damaged engine Tigers going straight into Luvnest's base. That's what it looks like he's doing because, no, maybe not. He's just defending the center VP here. Okay, he's going to repair these. It's going to take an extremely long time, though. And actually, wiping one combat engineer squad helps Korean Army because the repairs on Luvnest tanks are going to be that much slower, too. He does have the munitions for self-repair, and self-repair is active on both of these, so they'll repair pretty quickly. Gonna cost him a lot of munitions, but that's okay. Second combat engineer squad probably gonna hit the field pretty soon. conscripts harassing this fuel point once again, and apparently this machine gun got wiped by a mine. I think.
The enemy is attempting to steal
There's a
our
Stuvie
sector.
here, which he should use to defend this, if at all possible. But there's a field gun. Kind of pushing away. Already brought to a sliver, will be forced back for repairs. Grenadiers jumping into the capture circle. We'll halt the capture of this sector, but sandbags do complete, and these conscripts now have green cover for this engagement, and that Tiger is falling dangerously low. We'll very slowly try and lumber to safety. It might even get destroyed. No, should be able to get back. Only one squad of piles on the field right now. Big push by this T-34. Not going to advance beyond that AT gun. All of Korean Army's vehicles are now extremely damaged. And the clock is ticking against him finally. Again, only 90 victory points remain as he tries to stop the clock over here on the right side, and the center will fall into Luvnest control. That field gun putting too much pressure on these two tanks, and they will be forced back. This damaged engine Tiger has still not been fully repaired, and it will get marked as the two freshly repaired T-34s go in on it. I think that Tiger will be destroyed. And I don't think there's anything Korean Army can do about that. With this Tiger destroyed, there may not be anything Korean Army can do to win this game. There it goes. Nicely played by Luvnest to destroy that.
Our panzer forces have been reduced by one. We must stiffen our resolve. We are down to 75 points.
This Tiger should be easy to destroy at its current level of HP with no piles on the field to repair, but Luvnest is not going to make any aggressive maneuver to do so. But I think he probably should. But even if he doesn't, he will set a triple cap up against his opponent that it doesn't look like Korean Army can do anything about. I'm pretty sure Luvnest is going to take game 2. GG, well played by Luvnest, who will take the series 2-0.